Hello, I'm Bill Lampton, thinking with you on the topic enhancing your executive edge. What do we mean by executive edge? Well, the authors say ultimately the question is, why do some people get ahead when others do not? That is, so many people reach a certain level of management, leadership, and success, and they aspire to higher levels, but they can't get there. And in answer to the question they just posed, the authors say the answer is simple. It involves both technical and job skills plus interpersonal skills. Well, they say that Fortune 500 companies name strong interpersonal, communication, and team skills as the most important criteria for success in management positions. There are a lot of very practical guidelines in the book. One of them I had not heard before, but it makes very good sense. One method of following up, staying in touch, reconnecting with those you've done business with before was illustrated to them by one of their clients. The client would look at his or her emails from the same week a year ago and begin to think, okay, which ones have kept in touch with me and which ones have not. Those that have not, the client would then send them an update and an invitation to reconnect. Now, getting specific, the authors say here's what should be involved in reconnecting once you've gotten back in touch through email and probably phone calls. Be very interested in the other person. Really listen to what the other person is saying and ask further qualifying questions on what he or she has just shared. Remind the person of your history together. Inquire about current work projects. And then set up a time to meet or reconnect in person. One of the valuable components of practically every chapter is that the authors talk about what we would call the do's and the don'ts on each topic. They, instead of do's and don'ts, call them differentiators, which are the positive steps you can take, or saboteurs, the negative steps. To illustrate that, they have a very good chapter on networking, and in this chapter, here's some of the differentiators, the positive steps you can take. In networking, strike up conversations with strangers at meeting and events. Know current events on broad interest topics. Become a learner. But some of the saboteurs that would hurt your networking, be a know-it-all. Talk about work when everybody else is talking about personal things. Speak too much. Network at inappropriate times. As I say, most of the chapters have this. Now, the most valuable chapter, in my judgment, is chapter 18, where the authors interview business leaders on their ideas about how you get the executive edge. In fact, one of the authors, Kim Zoller, in that section has this to say herself in answer to the question, what separates people who have executive edge? People who have executive edge get where they want to in a shorter amount of time. They build stronger relationships that allow them to be more effective. And then furthermore, people who have executive edge are heard, have influence, and become trusted advisors. People look to them for advice and expertise. So if you sense that your rise to the top has plateaued, The 18 chapters of this book offer clear, specific, and well-illustrated guidelines. And with that in mind, I do recommend the book for your careful study, consideration, and implementation.